So, do you want to hear about today's haircut story? I decided to take all of your advice, or at least many of you told me to find a new place to go. So I decided to take that advice and go into a salon and interview a stylist. Those of you who have watched my videos and heard me vlog about my hairs in the past know that it's difficult for me to walk into a place like that with all those mirrors and all of those women and all of the hairs on the floor. I don't like it. So here I am. I just walk into this place. And it's a great big, huge, long, narrow room with chairs right down the two sides of the walls with mirrors all the way, and then a hair washing station at the very far back of the room. And at the front, there's a little counter and all of the products that they try to flog. And there's two women at the desk looking at a computer terminal, and there's two women sitting down in the room on these chairs that they cut your hairs at, watching me. No customers in the place, not a single one, just me. So I breeze in and say, "Oh, you're all just waiting for me," thinking that I was making a little joke. And the two women at the counter didn't even look up to acknowledge me. And the one young woman that was sitting halfway down in the room, she did look up and she smiled. And I look at these two women and they didn't even say hello. So I'm standing there thinking, okay, I've already had enough and I haven't even taken my coat off yet. They continued to absolutely ignore me, and 2 seconds more and I was just going to walk right out, say, "Goodbye, nice knowing you." When this young woman with the turquoise top on came up and she says, "Hi, this is your first time here?" And I said, "Yes." And she says, "What can I do for you?" And I said, "Well, I'd like a trim, a hair trim." So she looks at me and I said, "I have issues with my hair and I am determined to not have another bad haircut. Can you handle that?" She says, "Yes, of course, give me your coat." So she takes my coat, she hangs it up. She says, "Come on back and we'll wash your hair." And I said, "I just got out of the shower. I'm fine." She says, "We'll wash your hair first." So we go and we wash my hair. And I sit in the chair and she says, "Tell me what you want done." So we go through it all. I try to be articulate. I've been reading every single one of your comments and your recommendations on what I should be saying and how I should present myself in these places. So I tell her as exactly as I possibly can, saying that my friends tell me I don't articulate well. So she looks at me and she says, "Do I know you?" I said, "No, I've never been in here before." At the same time, I was thinking I knew her. So she starts to cut around my ear and she says to me, "What have you been doing today?" And I said, "Well, I'm retired, so I don't work. And this morning I went and worked out." So she says, "Where did you work out?" So I tell her. And she says, "That's where I go. You're the one that is always screaming at that Michael." For 6 months we've worked out together. She said she recognized me, sort of, but couldn't place me as to where she knew me from. Imagine that. So it's not so bad. At least my bald spot isn't showing. And it's spiky. I'm telling you, I have to get over this thing. But anyway, I think I might go back to her. It was 3 times the price, though. I guess you can't have everything. Maybe this will be my last vlog about my hairs. What do you think? Is it okay? I'm sure you'll tell me if it's horrible, won't you? That's it, that's all.